Welcome to episode 14 of Trollord Games Castle Keeper's Guide. I guess I should zoom in a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Wow. Why wouldn't it zoom in? Why wouldn't it zoom? What's going on? Are you really? No, I got my pen. Well, let's pretend that didn't happen. Really, the touch is not working or anything. But this is. That's weird. Let's go back to that. So yes, Castle Keeper's Guide for Trollord Games. This is a series of 12 maps, if you're not familiar already, from Thorpe, Hamlet, Village, Town, City, City with Walls, Metropolis, Fortification, Tower, Mont Bailey Castle, and Military Camp. Did I get them all? I feel like I might have got them all. This is a channel where we create worlds. We get little people, we drop them down in it, we give them a little home and jobs so they can go about their business. And if you don't believe me, we're gonna zoom in. Is nothing on this device actually working tonight? There is a USB cable at the back of this that I bet has come loose. Because it's always coming loose. I don't want to have to stop the stream to fix this, but I feel like I need to fix it. And I might just do it with the stream going. It literally just started. So excuse me. I'm going to dick about with the back of my monitor here. I wonder if I need to reboot my machine. We might have to restart. I'm going to restart. I am going to restart because nothing appears to be working here. Well, we can draw. Do we just deal? Do we just deal with this? Even though nothing on my monitor is actually working, maybe we just deal with it, huh? It's gonna make panning around a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, maybe we'll just deal with it. Odd. Very, very odd. Huh. Now I feel like I need to edit all of that out. But we're gonna forge on. Okay, so where we left this is we're drawing the village. We've got most of the ground details in there. You can see it, but there's also a big, huge gap right above my head that you can see there's a lot of white space. It's that white space that we're going to get rid of tonight. It will probably take most of the stream. It's probably going to be at least an hour, I suspect, for me to do those areas. But that's okay, because we need to do gardens and things like that too. Like, if I zoom in here and sort of show you what we've done previously. So we're going to do this type of thing now. Over here. Yep, so let's get that process going, shall we? So one thing I decided is closer into the village centre is kind of hedgerows and everything, but they start to peter out the further you get out of town. So I think I'm going to bring a little hedgerow down here with the occasional bushy a bit. And this house actually needs... There we go. And then true, we can't build a hedge where he's meant to be getting home. And then I think I'm actually going to bring it up here, you know. Me leaning on my monitor is interacting with my other monitor. Something very odd. I updated NVIDIA drivers just before the stream and I know better. Hey GL, I got some oddity going on tonight, my friend. My touch behaviors aren't working with my Wacom tablet. I wonder if I should actually do a calibrate. When I'm leaning on this monitor, shit's happening over here on my other monitor, and I've never... Yeah, I'm scroll... Holy crap. Well, how's that work? Oh, you know, we've got to recalibrate this. We could do this on stream. You could see how this works. All right. I think it is... Is it this one? Yeah, okay, so... Let's do a calibrate. Calibrate. There we go. Let's get this going again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if that helps. No, that's so weird. So me doing this is interacting with my Stream OBS software over there. How can my monitor be off to that degree? That's so freaking weird. I can actually, you can't see this obviously on my other monitor, but I've got 2 fingers on my monitor right here. They're registering on a non-touch panel over there. That has to be the NVIDIA. That has to be the NVIDIA that caused that. That is so freaking weird. Well, I'm gonna just ignore it because we're gonna be streaming for about an hour and a half, and if we can just get through with technical difficulties, I don't want to have to be rebooting my machine. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, I think I'm actually gonna bring the hedgerow here up this little alleyway, or I should say little country road. Let's do something like this. GL, I just wanted to let you know I plan on designing the tower castle from your map next week. You're planning on designing the tower castle? What do you mean? Still amazed that my touch is so far off. I'm bamboozled by that. Oh, you're gonna make the floor plans. Your tower. I wanted to let you know I plan on designing the tower castle from your map next week. My tower castle. The one in the wood. Oh! You got to do the floor plans for it. That's outstanding. That's really cool. I'm following what you're saying now. How far do we actually bring this? Just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. I'm really liking the feel of the hedgerow. And I think it'll be after this that we fade it out. Okay. And then, yeah, we're going to have nothing here. Except for the occasional small tree or shrub. Let's move back up here. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a little bit of time. Let's start this area here. Let's do a nice tree here, like an intersection of everyone's gardens. So Gia, what are you going to do with that floor plan? Are you going to use it for private games? Are you going to do something else with it? No, don't do that. Let's take that back. Because I actually want to do this. You're going to add it to your world map at some point. Well, I hope that you share it with us. I'd love to see it. I actually I'm going to change something here. What is the OD of the tower? Then you'll have a base to work from. What do you mean, OD? What's OD mean? Hello, pussycat. You know, I had gates there. I think I'm actually going to give him 2 sets of gates. No, I'm not. I'm going to give him 1 set of gates. 2 sets of gates is stupid. Come on. Come on. Outside diameter. Well, you know what? I don't know. We could take a look at that together. It's not big. It's not big. But let me pan over there in a second. You know, some of my maps, I tend to draw the buildings for a scale that looks about right, and then actually assign a scale separately based upon what I've just drawn. So we're going to do something similar to that right now. Alright, so let's pan over there. Let me quickly hit save. Okay, let's pan over here to your tower. It's only a wickle fella, so if we say that... I mean, alright, so I think my living room is something like 25 feet or something like that. And if I said my entire house is 50 feet in width, for the sake of argument, then this would be 50 feet, which means your tower is about 40 on the front. If that's 50, then your tower is about 40 on the front. And I want to say about 30 deep. Maybe 25 deep. Yeah, 25 deep. 25 by 40. That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. That's totally livable. Hey, Tom Hawker! Good to see you. Oh, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. How you been, Tom? We're drawing village gardens and such right now. And I gotta make a decision. Is that the only walled property in this area? I'm thinking it probably is. You were gonna text today and ask about stripping figures? Oh, you should have. Never have a problem with that. What are you stripping? And are they plastic or metal? And honestly, getting a text from you asking about miniatures of any description versus the day job, I was like, hey, I'd rather do that. Yay, suddenly it's Alex Vixen. Good to see you, Alex. Oh, you're not happy with the primer job? Okay, so are they plastic or metal? It's important. Metal. Okay, then it can be extremely forgiving because you can just get a regular paint stripper and you could literally drop the miniature in there and the metal is not going to get damaged from it. And you can take that. I used to use it all the time. Now, it's pretty fumey, but just get an old jar, put it in there, glug, 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 and like drop the metal in and it will strip that paint off, no problem at all. Didn't get an old toothbrush or something, clean them off, get under the water. That's what I do. If the plastic, you're much more limited. You have to use something like Simple Green. Simple Green will actually do the job nicely. And there's something you can get which cleans oil from car brakes and shit. Forget what it's like. It's purple or something. That works as well. But I just get a regular paint stripper myself. Otherwise, you can try Simple Green. I've had reasonable results with Simple Green, actually. I much prefer painting on metal. I've got a lot of plastic, but I much prefer metal. It's very forgiving. Good weight in the hand. Takes paint much better, I think. Like, was it last year, the year before? I painted for a friend some Germans, some World War II Germans. And he had plastic and he had metal. He had like metal command figures. And I swear that's the first time in a while I've actually had metal and plastic, same scale, same subject matter, side by side, right? Painting at the same time. And I got good results with the plastic, but the paint just went on the metal. Just so much better. It's just like the metal just wanted to hold it. And I think I got much better results on the metal. I know you didn't ask. I'm just like spouting shit off. I love painting on metal. Dettel. I didn't ever get recommended Dettel. Dettel for plastic, huh? I will keep that one in the vault for next time. I had a similar problem to Tom Hawker here, that I primed a bunch of plastic once and I over primed them. I didn't even know that was a thing, but of course it's a thing. And I over primed them, so like I lost the details and everything on them. Really screwed up. And it's like, how the hell do you get paint off plastic without melting the actual fucking plastic itself? Well, apparently Dettel. Okay. I ended up with Simple Green. I'm pretty sure Simple Green did it for me. I had to soak them for a while though. Like, I had to like soak them for 24 hours or something. But it worked. It worked. And then I could tease off the paint. Made the plastic a little soft though. If I'm going to be honest, it did make the plastic a little soft. I'll have to try using Dettel next time. I had never actually heard of Simple Green being used that way before. And, you know, it was like on Facebook I was posting, so how am I going to get this paint off? And Simple Green came up pretty quickly. I was like, really? And yeah, it was actually pretty good. Dettle will fuck with the glue. That makes sense. That makes sense. Have I given this guy no way to get into his own house? I think that's exactly what I've done. Alright. Let's give him an entry. Alex Vixen, you are a fascinating person, I swear. You're extremely knowledgeable on a broad range of subjects, which I always admire deeply. You seem like you're super smart. But it's like almost, it doesn't matter what we talk about, it's like you're there with knowledgeable information every time. Lots of respect about that. Right, not everyone is going to get a garden, a vegetable garden. I want a little bit of contrast of colours and textures. This will be a good way of doing it. There you are. This is moving nicely. Let's hit save. Let's join up with our other half here. Alright, the earlier iteration of this property did not have a fence. I think we're going to give him a fence. Oracle Caves. Okay. Yeah, okay. Trivia girl. Geek girl. Alright, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you've certainly got a very nice depth of very relevant trivia. Where do you think you got it from? Is it gaming? Is it a particular hobby that you just like to soak up this information? Are you just an avid book reader? A little bit of everything? Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see how we're looking here. Yeah, that's coming together. It's going to take a while, though. It may take us the rest of the week to actually finish this village. But I also think the village may be one of the most detailed pieces that we actually do on this map. Like, the metropolis will be way simpler detail than this. It'll have a more sort of buildings on it, the doi, but we're not going to be pouring in the same level of detail as this. Otherwise, we'll be working on this project all of next year. Alex Fiction, role-playing games. Yeah. Since I played since I was 8 and GM'd since 14. And ended up doing research. You know what? I can actually really respect that because I've actually got a lot of knowledge from history or aspects and parts of history, whether it be religion or arms and armor or boats, you know, ships and things, because of role-playing. So I get you. Yeah, and especially because then you have to go off and do your own research and everything, and you start peeling back layers of an onion. No, I get that. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit over here. Let's give this guy a little bit of an extended garden. You were raised by a bunch of World War II veterans. That's good blood right there. I'm not going to fence all of this, but we are getting into a farm area. So, and I think they would have a lot of fenced off property, so. Hello, sir. How did the 3D printing go last night? You are a fascinating person, Alex. You are fascinating. Oh, Cave, what do you mean it failed? What happened? Sorry I couldn't be there to see it and laugh. Yeah, I want to know how the 3D print went. Tell me how it failed. And how did the bulge stroking go? That's a barn. That's a barn to this guy's property, so... Cave Geek is supposed to have 8 identical parts. In fact, let me zoom out a little bit while we're just chatting here so you can see what we've got going on. It's meant to have 8 identical parts, but it only printed 5 of them. 3 others failed entirely. You reset the printer and we'll try again when you have a better ventilation setup. Oh, you could actually... So you started to... smell it. You actually started to get it in your room. Okay. Yeah, you didn't mention anything about smells or anything like last night. So I was like, well, maybe it's not that bad. But, you know, with Tom Tullis saying, no, it's bad. That's curious to know that, yeah, as it went on, it was actually causing problems. So I didn't print. It was quite magical to watch. It was like completely not what I was expecting from a 3D resin printer. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't that. Alright, Cave, yeah. I mean, be careful, my friend. Be careful. Yeah, get some ventilation going. You can buy these little extraction units now. Jolly Blackburn has one, and I bought one because of what Jolly uses. He uses it for his spray painting and shit like that, but I'm sure it'd be a similar sort of principle. If you got some kind of fan, a little bit of tubing out the window, help a lot, I'm sure. It was fascinating to watch, though. Fascinating to watch. What do I want to do with these farms? Let's actually zoom out a little bit. Ah, you're ahead of me already. Fantastic. Alright, so let's actually sketch the farms in. So we're going to have a farm here. And I'm going to quilt these together a little bit like English farms, where they're kind of a little, you know, uneven. You actually, you were doing really well on that software, though. I mean, I know it's a case of click, what does this do? Click, what does this do? Click, what does this do? The software looks deep. I don't think I've ever actually seen the software being used before. That was a first for me. And it was kind of interesting to watch, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, okay, so these are just like regular houses here. What is with this guy? I think he must be in a barn, right? There must be a barn attached to this, like maybe an animal sort of place. So let's do something like maybe this. Maybe we'll have a little gate there. We'll have a farm here. We'll do a little sort of farm here. Thanks, sweetie. Let's bring this out here. And something like that I think will work. We'll bring this down here. And does this mean that we've got another... I think we've got another farm going here that will belong to one of these guys. I think we'll just do this. Something like that. Yeah, that's got some interesting shapes going on. That's definitely got some interesting shapes. Then this guy will do this type of thing. So that's his place. And that will be another farm here. What's the deal here? I don't know. And that will be a farm right there. I think we're going to do that. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hit save, get back on our ink layer, and we're gonna draw in the hedgerows first. We're gonna do that, and then we'll do the texturing of the farms. Honestly, Cave, I don't think that there was another stream anywhere that could have done bull stroking as a theme and gotten away with it. It was hilarious last night. It seriously was. And only you could have done it. Only you. Anyway, cheers, my friend. Cave Geek says, is it intentional that their houses get significantly smaller closer to the river? Yeah, they are older buildings over here. But also, like I've wanted to start actually making this area like the main sort of village square, so to speak, where there's a little bit more money getting involved. And like these guys here are definitely in big buildings. You know, I acknowledge that. These are major rich guys' property. But then, if you actually compare, like, some of these, they're approximately the same sort of size as some of these larger ones over here. But yeah, they're, like, these right on the edge, yeah, they're older properties. I don't really want to redraw them. Not all of them are that large. But yes, it's kind of intentional. Like, and if you look at it, it's like the main big buildings are right here. And then the further you get away from that, they actually start getting a little bit smaller. Like, they start getting a little bit more just country house, you know? But those along the main road are the wealthy ones. Anyway, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in and let's draw some hedgerows. Yeah, I know, there's a line weight difference, and we've got that in a couple of areas, but I'm just rolling with it. It'll look fine coloured. I couldn't get the exact line weight, but it's close enough. Maybe I'll even redraw some of the outside walls or something, or even some of the properties altogether. But I don't want to get into redrawing all of them. No, I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna let it slide. Do I want to do a fence here? Yeah, I'm gonna do a fence here. So GL, I don't think we're going to get to the block tonight. But I have been thinking about it all day, and I'm actually kind of excited to jump into it. What is it, Wednesday today? Which means tomorrow should be block day. Tower Thursday. Tower Thursday. It will be a nice contrast. I actually started to think about doing 3D for all of the castle ones, like doing the Motte and Bailey that way too. And I might do the Motte and Bailey that way as well. But I'm not an illustrator. And that type of thing starts to get into illustration. And I think it's an Achilles heel of mine. So I don't want to push what limited skills I've got. Like trying to get some kind of 3D, isometric view cut out of a Motte & Bailey. I think that could be a mistake. I think we'll see how it goes on the block. And if we're really happy with the results and it's kind of like really popping, maybe we'll do the Motte & Bailey too. I mean, I think a Motte & Bailey lends itself to an above shot as well, especially if you can get the hill nicely drawn, right? So I think the Motte & Bailey, we could go either way. But like just the tower, just a block drawn from above, you were right, it was never going to work. I mean, alright, done it. Block, walk away. Doing a cutout, I think could be real stylish. We're going to draw little people in there and all sorts of shit. In fact, how big is the block map? I think, honestly, it's only a quarter one or something. I'm way zoomed in right now, but I think it's a quarter panel. I think... Yeah, it's a quarter panel. So maybe we won't be drawing little people in it, but maybe we will. We'll give it a go. Yeah, okay. In your opinion, block only. Okay, no, I can dig that. Your opinion is always appreciated. By the way, GL, I don't know if I told you, but Stephen Chenault did actually contact me, and he's absolutely excited to get on the stream. We are going to make that work. I'll figure out what sort of days and times work for him. And I think we might do the same sort of Q&A that we did with Jack on Monday. We'll just sit, we'll bullshit, we'll talk about the map, and... we'll ask Steven some questions. I haven't even shown him this map yet. Like, it not even a part of it. I kind of want to get the town and the fortified town cleaned up a little bit, so he has an understanding of scope. Because right now, it's they don't look very good. You kind of look at them and you think it's just a zoom in of the same map. So I've got to clean it up a little bit, and then I'm going to show him. Right, this is looking pretty good. Let's keep going. I love drawing farms. I really do. There's something about just the interconnecting shapes that make me happy. I'm going to have to make a decision about who owns these farms too, making sure that there's actually a way to get into them. Alex Vixen, I will absolutely do that. Considering that I'd never even heard of a block before you mentioned it last week, yeah, I'm gonna have to get my research on. Now, is there something about block dimensions that is like a little bit of a gotcha? Like something that I should be aware of? Like, they're much smaller than you think, or they're much bigger than you think. What is it about block dimensions that you think is the most resonating thing that I should take away with me? Hey, Ball John's Life! Hello and welcome to the chat. We're doing little village details on this map right here, right now. I'm gonna hit save. I'm drawing farms, hedgerows, and then ground detail. You can see that all to the south there and the other side of the water, we've got all of that done, but right above my head, that area is not done. That's what we're filling in right now. Alex Fix, we're talking blocks, by the way, because the map we're going to start after this one is, because this is 12 maps. We're going to do this, Trollord Games wanted to keep our tower. So we're going to go with a tower, but we're going to go with a specific type of tower called a block. B-R-O-C-H. Might have other spellings. And right now, Alex Vixen is telling us about blocks. Generally, blocks have a single entrance with bar holes, door checks, and lintels. There are mural cells, and there is a sacrament ledge, perhaps for timber-framed lean-to dwellings, which would be fun to draw, lining the inner wall, face of the wall. There's also a spiral staircase winding upwards between the inner and outer wall. That's interesting. I'm going to regret drawing this thing. And connecting the galleries. Blocks vary from 5 to 15 meters. Can you imagine? Okay, so 16 feet. 16 feet is not much. What an interesting, cozy little thing that would be. But out to 50. With 10 feet thick walls. 10 feet thick walls. And I've actually seen pictures of the block, and because you were sharing them actually like a week or so ago, and there was a cutaway one that we took a look at, and it gave a really good insight into the construction. I think that's what we're going to try. We're going to try and draw that, with the emphasis on try. Hey, Miss J's here. I was wondering about you, young lady. Are you doing okay? You've been missing for a while. Hey, thank you, Paul John's Life. I really appreciate that. It's coming along. And it's going to be fully coloured. I think this is going to be... mwah. Yeah, 3 meters thick. 3 meters thick, about 10 feet. True story. My mum and dad used to own a croft cottage in Scotland. And there was a wall, an interior wall of this croft cottage that was 10 feet thick. Pure boulders. Because I know that because my dad decided that he wanted to cut through it to connect 2 rooms. And he did. And it ended up being a tunnel, a passageway. It was awesome. Well, Miss J, we've all missed you. Your lack of... oh, my word. Your lack of presence was noted. We're probably, by the way, going to stream... for about another half hour or so. Thereabouts. I've been trying to sort of keep to a nice sort of routine or pattern. So people know what to expect. We're gonna have some kind of... I don't know what we're doing in there, but I'm gonna build a fence right through there. Alright, GL, no problem. I see how it works. Yeah, he's doing it with his brother or something, right? He normally streams through the day, so it's kind of weird that he's also streaming at night. But that's cool. He's a cool dude. Tell him I said hi. I'm gonna actually open those, Alex Vixen, right now. Alright, got them all. Because I can bookmark them after the stream. That block cutaway back, I'm actually going to share with everyone. This is what Alex Vixen just shared. So we're going to draw a cutaway of a block. Not unlike this, but without any of the level of skill or talent that has gone into it. See, that's such a great... I love this one. This is out freaking standing. Look at those walls. And it's kind of nuts that there's some kind of staircase up here. I have literally never heard of blocks before. But no, go away. What a piece of engineering. That's just nuts. Look at this. Look at the staircase going down between the walls. Holy cow. How have I got to this point in life and not heard of these things? Yeah, the walkway in the heart of the wall, it's nuts. Okay. Yeah, hedgerow. I'm doing hedgerows all around here. Hedgerows are very farmy. How have you been, Miss J, anyway? What's new? How's it going? Thank you for the follow, Ultra Magnus. It's very much appreciated. Very, very, very much appreciated. On this channel, we're mapping at least 4 days a week. I typically have 2 or 3 overlapping projects at a time. We're sticking with this Trollord one right now because, cool. It's a fun map to work on. I wonder if there was a design decision for the stairs in the wall. Like, did it go beyond? I mean, was it for structural integrity? Was it because both walls give a natural way to build up stairs? Or did they do both walls because of the insulating factor? And then someone went, you know, that's a great place to put stairs. I want to know the evolutionary sort of thought process that netted out there. It's like I want to sit and listen to whoever like was part of that design, you know? Some bright spark somewhere came up with that. Can't wait to see the results, Miss J. I actually want to start getting going on that Viking map myself, but I think I'm only going to do that when I feel like this one has had its back broken, and I feel like we're really close on that. You know, if I zoom out, I need to obviously clean up these quite a bit, but once I have, then, you know, we're really down to this core of here. I do want to start colouring these. But I think once we've kind of got at least 1 or 2 of these done, I might start to actually divide my time out a little bit and get working on that Viking map, just because it sounds so much fun. Alright, just a few more farms to draw here. Done all of the coastline. Canals, 2 districts. Nice. Look forward to seeing it. So remember, Miss J, I spoke to you, I want to say 2 weeks ago, about a client who wanted a map ASAP, and it was the one that I'd half drawn. and I was thinking about maybe me finishing the drawing and you colouring. That won't be necessary now, just so you know. I spoke with him today, and he's going to wait until I actually have the bandwidth, so I'll finish it myself. Hopefully Q1 of next year. You've got projects going on right now. I've got projects going on right now. You know, I had a little bit of an epiphany today, and like, it's not fair for me to drop everything and then for me to throw this at Miss J. Even though I actually want to do some collab projects with you, quite a bit. But it's not fair for like this client to go, hey, I need my map now, and like me to like drag you into it. It's like, no. And the minute I had that epiphany, I was like, you know, Miss J's booked, I'm booked. This is just the reality right here. But he's willing to wait, so that's good. You and I could be pretty cool doing a collab, Miss J. I don't even know what it looks like, but we'll have to talk about it at some point. We'll have to do an offline. We got each other's email. We'll have to just talk, you know, about a joint project. It could be fun. Even if it's like you draw eye color, I draw you color, or something else. I draw part, you draw part. We'll do something fun. Alex Vixen. So the stairs were very defensive, one theory. That the spiral stair created an air conditioner. Interesting. Helping spread the heat between the floors. Okay. And the double walls helped insulation. I do think the double walls helping insulation, even if it was accidental. Yes. Yeah. Because can you imagine one wall, even if it's 10 feet thick, when it gets cold, that wall is going to be cold. So the whole insulation thing, I could definitely get behind that. Actually, a hot potato map would actually be really kind of cool, Miss Jane. That would actually be interesting. David P. Glass, did I hire a social media worker bee? I did. Why do you ask? And on that subject, we will have a Discord channel next week. He's been hard at work on it. It looks awesome. We're paying for it and everything. And like, you know, for the extra benefits and things. We'll have a Discord and subscribers on Twitch and subscribers on Patreon will be able to join Discord. And I have Discord up almost every day during the day. And we can hang out. We can just bullshit. It'll be a special subscriber perk. But yes, I do indeed have a social media man, and he is awesome. So, I've had a Twitter channel for a while, and I've ignored it for almost their full duration. I've just never really understood Twitter. You know, just never really. And he is just tearing it up. He's tearing it up over there. He's been my main man. Now, I am paying him for this, but I'm investing. I'm investing here to try and grow my social media channels, and he's done pretty damn good so far. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, me and Twitter is like a lot of noise. There is just so much going on. But it's also me in Discord. I look at all the little bubbles and shit in Discord. I'm like, I'm confused. And that's probably an age thing. I'm gonna recognize that. But Twitter has always been just like, what the frick? And I used to approach it by what I post on Facebook gets shared to Twitter. And I post a lot on Facebook. And I think I post interesting things and fun things to Facebook continually, right? I'm one of those people that is not doing political. I'm just doing history, I'm doing art, I'm doing painting, you name it. That's what I'm throwing out there. But someone actually complained to me on Twitter that I was posting too much. So auto sharing from Facebook to Twitter didn't work, and the minute I got that complaint in, I stopped posting anything to Twitter. I'm like, I can't keep up with this. I just don't know what to do. So apparently the way to keep up is to hire someone. So that's what I did. Do I have a dead space here? What's going on in that space there? Is that a farm? Is that a farm? What was I intending to do with that? Oh, it is a farm. It is. It is. Okay, so we'll do that in colouring. So let's just do a little reminder that that's a farm right there. And I think I finished all of my hedgerows. So let's get some details on here. I really like how this village came out, by the way. I have maybe drawn one thorp before. I have never drawn a hamlet. I have never drawn a village. I've never drawn a village. I did do a geomorph tile set once where you could join them together to create a village layout. But I've never actually drawn a village. And I kind of like it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of hours going into it, but it's fun. Alright, Ultra Magnus. Thank you very much. Yeah, Trollords. Streaming at the same time as me, bastards. But understood if people want to go over to see Trollords. They're good peeps. And we're working on this map for Trollord, so it's all good. Alex Vixen, the fact that you were in a castle holding up other people, I love you. I love you. That's fantastic. I lobbed at Peckforton Castle when I was younger. Like maybe I was 13 or something like that. And that was an experience. Like being in a real castle, sleeping there overnight, doing an adventure in the cellars underneath. It was awesome. Peckforton Castle. Alright, so Alex, you have to now join the stream as often as you can, because you keep bringing these awesome little insights and tidbits to the table. I love it so much. Just talk history, talk about castles. What's a lot to freaking love? I just sit here and draw lines on a paper. Alright, here, I'm not going to draw a crop there. I'm going to actually put some texture, but I don't want to draw a crop, because there's actually a whole bunch of crops right there. So I want to create a little bit of a difference. There we go. And here we will draw a crop. No, actually, I don't want to do those. I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to do a little orchard. Yeah, that looks okay. Oops, I just drew a random line. Well, you know what? We might finish this tonight. I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna go a little bit long here, and because we only need to get half of these farms with some kind of texture, because the other ones get their crops in the colouring process. So I think we could actually do this. So let's give this guy a little bit of soil texture. And this guy, that is something that's going fallow. So actually, Alex Vixen, talking about, like, our gaming educating us, the first time I ever learned about the whole concept of a field going fallow was actually in a medieval game. And they were talking about crop rotation and everything, and I learned a hell of a lot from that. So yeah, it's like our role playing actually teaches us real world things. This is the village size, Miss J. This is. Why do you ask? In fact, let me zoom out a little bit so you can take a look. We've got Thorpe, Hamlet, and village. And I think it definitely looks like a village. That's about print size, actually. What you're seeing right there on the screen, that's print size. I love the texture. I love the texture of the farms and everything. They actually have come out looking pretty okay. It's so cute. You know one thing I want to do? I actually want to do tiles like this that are square and have a geomorphic thing that you could build up. Even it could even have countryside and things like that on it. I don't know even if there'd be any interest, but from an artistic perspective, I'd love to do something like that. You could just join them next to each other. I have never drawn a village before. No, I have. It's like I never get asked to draw villages. I always get asked to draw towns, cities, metropolis. I get asked to draw so many metropolis style like maps. It's ridiculous. But villages? No. In fact, I get asked to draw way more dungeons, which is not my thing, than I do villages. But maybe people don't get asked to draw villages that much, you know? I think I've done... No, I did one very abstract one, which was for I was going to say an art book. It wasn't an art book. It was a story book. It was a work of fiction. And they wanted on the inside cover a map of the area, and it was like, oh, I guess I did a village map for Trollord Games. Yeah, I think maybe I have. Yeah. Oh no, and then I did a couple for Jim Pinto too. So I'm a little bit of a liar. I have done some village maps before. I did 3 for Jim. Yeah, I've done village maps before. I am a lying toe rag. I am a lying toe rag. I forgot about those projects. But this is the first one. If I'm going to be honest, this is the first one where I've really... Actually, let me take a step back here. This is the first one where I have applied the 2019-2020 Alyssa Faden to it. And that is the ridiculous level of detail. That is drawing nails on rooftops. That's something I've only started doing in the last couple of years. Maybe even the last year. I never used to do that shit before. So yes, I have done village maps before, but not like this. Not like this at all. I did a Thorpe like this for Kobold Press that was super detailed, and honestly it was the inspiration for this one. But typically I don't map like this if someone asks me to do a village, but this is the new me. This is what I do now. I realized that what I bring to the table as a cartographer is stupid detail. And like, what do you mean you drew a horse in the backyard? You can't even see it. Yes, but I know it's there. And if you print it out as a poster size, you'll see it. That's the type of shit that I like to do. That's what I've been doing ever since I was like 12 years old. Just stupid levels of detail. And so this is probably the first village that I've drawn like this, with this volume of buildings in it and this volume of detail. And I love this village because of that. And this is one map of 12. Yeah, I did. I love some of the rooftops that I've done here. I've got wood grain going on this one over here. But yes, we've got nails in, like, the buildings that I want to look like they're built out of planks, you know, so they're a little bit more, let's say, impoverished. I kind of got all the little shingles right there. Well, I just found one. Oh, we got a little boat that we did over there. Got a little raft, or a barge, as Green Lantern told me about. Where are my nails? I just found nails. I had nails before. Hard as nails, I am. As you're right. Yeah, so, nails. Because if you print this as a poster, they show up. They're there. It's kind of important to me. So I guess the question is, because I've got about one more farm to do after this, do we go and raid Trollords? Do we do that? Or is there someone else that we should raid? Give me your ideas in the chat. Alex Vixen, you get it. You get it. If you don't pour your heart and soul into the little details, how can the stories possibly form, right? And look at the stories that we've got with this village already. Well, you tell Green Lantern. You tell Steve he's an awesome human being, and best of luck with his Kickstarter. And congratulations for watching both streams at once. I kind of want to do something in here, and I don't know what it is. We're gonna give it a little bit of this. Yeah, so... Alright, so this one is easy, because I'm kind of thinking about this being for livestock. So we're going to give just a semblance of, like, rough ground. Well, when I say rough ground, you know, kind of worked ground. Trodden ground. But I kind of, we got a lot of white space right here, so I just want to do one more thing to like lift that white space a little bit. This is going to be one way. Now we're going to do something with this right here. Now remember, what I'm doing here does not forgo the fact that we can, during colouring, and will in colouring, do even more. But that's good there. We're going to keep that. Alright, I'm just going to give this a little bit of light texturing. And then in colouring, we're gonna bring out some crops, I think. Something here. But let's just get a little bit of texturing going on first. And then I think what we're gonna do is this village is gonna be done. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look at it. There she is. There she is. We're gonna get the sketch here and we're gonna just delete a whole bunch of stuff that we don't want. Let's just, where's my delete key? What did I do with my delete key? We're gonna do that. And then let's do this. We're gonna hit the delete key again. There she blows. There she blows. I think she looks pretty good. I think she looks pretty good. I might add some carts and stuff like that when we start colouring. But that's actually larger than print size right now. So you're just not going to see some of those things. I don't want to get too anal with it. I think that's ready for colouring right there. I think it's ready to go. The number in the bottom right, by the way, I think is a population count, if I remember rightly. So, and we got that actually from various Dungeons and Dragons style resources for population counts per settlement. And that gave us the volume of buildings that we needed. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Haystacks. Actually, haystacks is a really good idea. You know what? Haystacks is a really good idea. I will forget if I don't do it. We're going to do some haystacks. Alex Vixen, I read through the pre-made maps from several adventures as they didn't feel lived in. Lived in's important. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to read the rest of your message in a moment. Making a map look lived in, I think, is a huge part of it. Anyone can slap down a map with just a whole bunch of random, like, shapes to it. And, okay, it's functional if by a general distance and direction, I understand that going from here to there is going to get me to the cobbler. But it's like, I'm not feeling that this place is lived in. I'm not seeing that the streets are actually walked. It's just shapes on paper at this point. And there's a lot of professional maps out there in big name products that fall into that category. I think lived in is a huge part of it. One particular got in my attention, says Alex Vixen, as the doors to the dungeon are described as the heavy, dark doors are sealed shut. Moss and lichen grow over the seams. They have clearly not been opened in centuries. Actually, yeah, okay. So then, alright. The adventurers arrive in the village, and the villagers attempt to sell them some jewelry, which came from the dungeon. But as she points out, the dungeon doors are sealed. You just told me they were sealed. Yeah, that's sloppy. I like the fact that you added the foxes then. and it was the fox that had been drawing all of this out. See, that's smart. Oh, am I on the sketch layer? I am on the sketch layer. Let's get rid of the sketch layer. Fox became a signature on my maps. Have we seen your maps, Alex Vixen? Like, I feel like in a future stream, you need to bring some of your maps to the table. We gotta see your maps, because I'm really curious. I bet you do awesome work. Okay. I think this is a really, really good point to leave this one. I'm gonna hit save, otherwise you see a grown woman cry when my computer crashes. Let's talk about what's next, and let's talk about... Should we go raid Trollord? If you could stick around for just a couple of minutes for the raid to actually kick in. Trollord Games are actually who I'm doing this map for, and I should say series of maps. We're making great progress. The maps are looking progressively more and more awesome in my humble opinion, and I can't wait to start colouring them. Trollords make this happen, okay? And they've got another Kickstarter going, and they're talking about it right now. I think we should go raid them just to say hi. And I think it's Trollza. You meant to come in and go Trollza with an exclamation all in caps. So if you could stick around for that 1 minute more and do that with me, that would be very appreciated. Now, of course, I don't know what their channel name is, but apparently it's not that. What is Trollord called? Let's go find out. Yeah, Trollord Games. So hold on a sec. Did I do this wrong? Raid Trollord Games. No, that's obviously that's wrong. /. Okay, we've got a raid in progress. That's fantastic. So stick around. Let's go over there. Trollza, I think, is their chant. Let's go and see what they're talking about. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I truly appreciate that. These maps are only possible because you actually do sit here with me. You give me such great ideas, great inspiration, and I love you for it. We'll be back tomorrow night at the same time. We're going to be working on a tower. More specifically, a block. And if you don't know what a block is, join me tomorrow. We're going to find out together. I love you all. Thank you. Let's go say hi to the trolls. See you tomorrow, everyone.